Welcome to X to
Hey everyone, Steven here with X to Interact, episode 54, here with my buds Eric and Gaff. We have some good stuff this episode. Eric went to Pax East, so we're going to catch up with him on that, as well as Rogue Legacy 2 impressions and Overwatch 2 beta impressions. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already on all the channels, outlets, social medias. We have a page where you can reach it, podpage.com/X to Interact. You find all the links in one neat place. Leave us a review if you want. You can rate us on Spotify now, so that would be super appreciated. Also, if you have any questions for us at all and you're listening out there, don't be afraid. We'll read them live on the Twitch. Obviously, you'll hear it later on the podcast services, so be sure to reach out. We'd love to hear from you. All that being said, what the heck have you guys been up to in this week's crossplay? Eric.
So obviously I was at Pax East last week, so we'll talk about that later, about what I've played over there and stuff like that. But from this week, honestly, after that whole Pax East trip, I've been like really tired this week, so I haven't played too much. Played like a little bit more Final Fantasy 14, stuff like that. I was just trying to level some jobs up, really. Last night actually, I was really bored, and I finally set up my Xbox, and I remember I downloaded Death's Door, and I started playing that. And not too far into it so far, but I'm in the Urn Witch's place so far, and this is like a pretty fun game. Like it's a Zelda-like. I feel like it's a lot harder than Zelda, that's for sure. But it's not too unforgiving. Like you don't lose like your currency when you die, so that's pretty good. You can upgrade your strength, your magic attacks, your movement speed, stuff like that. Controls are very basic. Like you hit X to like do a light attack swing with your weapon, or hold R2 to do a heavy. A is to dodge, basically. L2 plus B is to like use your magic, which I only have the bow and arrow so far, but like, yeah, it's like really, really simple controls, and I obviously can't talk a lot about it because I haven't played too much of it, but I've been liking it so far. It's giving me like a nice old school Zelda feel.
Kind of a hardcore Link to the Past or Link Between Worlds kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's something nice to play, because like if I felt like I needed a palate cleanser, because I've been just trying nonstop to play a couple of RPGs and just like not finishing them. Like Final Fantasy 13, I'm still trying. I don't know if I'm gonna go back to that at this point, to be honest, because like I feel so burnt out on playing so many RPGs right now. Like obviously I'm waiting for Xenoblade 3 in July. Like I want to pick that up no matter what. But like Final Fantasy 13, I don't know. I'm probably gonna maybe drop that, to be honest. I tried playing a little bit more Chrono Cross Remaster on the Switch, and like, I think I have to be in the mood for it, because I played it like a little bit 2 nights ago, and like it was nice playing it, but like I tried to play it last night, I was like, nah, I don't feel like it right now. So that plus the performance issues on the Switch still aren't great. I don't even know if they fixed it on the other consoles either. Like there was like reports about it dropping to like 9 frames per second. Don't think that ever got fixed. I tried looking for an update, didn't give me one, so there's that. I'll maybe go back to it eventually, but right now, just not for me right now. I don't know. Me personally, right now, I feel like I want to play something nice and handheld, because right now it's kind of hard for me to sit down and play a game on a console, like due to my current conditions right now, where I'm at my dad's house right now. I don't have much room to set up all my consoles. Thankfully, I have the Series S that's like really small, so I have that there, but I just want something nice to like lay down in bed and play in handheld form. But like right now, there's not a lot that I'm really like looking at for right now. So that's why I'm like waiting for Xenoblade so I can play that on handheld in my bed, since it's on the Switch. But yeah, that's all I've been playing so far. I'll talk about all the stuff on PAX East once we get to there, though.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool to see like when you can actually get to your console and see what you actually get to play, because I know it's probably been a hard transition. You said you moved, so
yeah, I mean, like I can set up my stuff. It's just like I don't have too much room, and like the PlayStation, everyone who has a PS5 knows how fucking huge that thing is. So that's a little
Massive.
bit. That's a little harder to set up. But like even then, there's like not really much I want to play on PlayStation right now. Like I think I'm just gonna wait for a sale on Horizon, to be honest, because like I don't have the urge to like immediately pick it up.
Yeah,
That's totally fair.
honestly, and I've picked up way too much. But let's hear from Gaff first.
The usual. The season for Halo 1 is ending, I guess tomorrow actually. So new season coming up. Woohoo. I don't think I'm gonna get the last weekly reward for this one. It's like a black visor. It's really cool, but I'm just too busy and I'm not gonna be able to get enough hours to do all the challenges. Um, I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and the thing about Master Duel is like I don't even like play as much as a game right now, but more as like a simulator to test the deck I'm playing in real life. So it's kind of like dual purpose. So like, I'm not just playing for fun. I'm playing to like learn my cards and combos and stuff. Just something that I realized recently. Um, oh, what I do want to talk about is I've been watching the Halo show, right? And so now you're gonna believe me, but episodes 5 and episode 6 are pretty good. Like episode 5 in particular, like has a whole like action sequence at the end where if you care about Halo whatsoever, you were gonna holler and cheer at this because it's exactly what you've been looking for in a Halo live action. Like the show is weird. It's very the contrast is huge where it can really like make you scratch your head at some times, but also it just knows how to hit you in just like the right emotions at other times. And episode 6 like was a really good episode. It didn't have any action at all, but and that just speaks to how good it was in terms of character dynamics and plot progression. And there's only a few more episodes of this show left, and if what everyone's theorizing comes true, then I think the show could end really strong and set up a really, really good season 2.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't had the urge to go check it out, but I'm one of those kind of people that just waits for the thing to be done and binges the entire season. So I'll probably go check in at that point because my brother, who's not even really into Halo as much as I am, he's said some good things about that. So he's like, I'm really digging it. I don't understand why people are so upset about it. So, but I don't know. It seems to be good at least.
If you watch it week to week, I can see how some people will get really bored really fast. But I think in this case, waiting out would be good for less invested people. It was episode 5 that really kicked off, and it's 5 episodes in.
Yeah, I heard it's been a lot of like character building up until that, like less action than you would expect.
A lot of Chief taking off his helmet, that's for sure. A lot of it.
Yeah, so is that what you've been playing, watching?
Yeah, that's all I've been playing.
I know.
I mean, I'm thinking about getting Nintendo Switch Sports, but I'm pretty on the fence about it.
Why is that?
It's $65, and I mean, it's 6 sports, and more like a family thing that you play for an hour. Like that's what Wii Sports was. Yeah. I'm not pretending the original game was anything more than that. But that was free,
right?
Like essentially.
Yeah, so with the packing,
I don't know if I need it right now. It looks really cool though, and I guarantee like my girlfriend and her family would love it, but I don't know if I need it right now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Eric.
I was gonna say, yeah, I kind of feel the same way right now. Like, I remember you and me were popping off at the announcement at the Nintendo Direct, and
it was cool.
Yeah, it was. But like now that we're like here, I'm just like, man, I don't feel like in the mood for it right now, to be honest. Plus, it's like over here it's $40 for the digital version. And like I wouldn't feel like, for me the biggest thing would be the online multiplayer for it, and like even then like playing against randoms will probably get old eventually as well. So
Sure.
so there's that.
Yeah. Because as long as there's a leaderboard or
Yeah,
anything
I don't think so. Yeah.
define how well you've done.
Yeah, but bowling though, apparently.
No, bowling is cool, and then Shambara and apparently badminton is really fun.
And something to do with like soccer, I guess, right?
Yeah. Soccer's
Oh,
in there as
soccer!
well.
They ripped off Rocket League, but didn't improve on it.
You know, they could use like the. Did they have support for like the Wii? God, what was that game that came out with the like hip attachment or whatever?
Ring Fit.
Ring Fit. There we go. They just if they don't have support for that, like that would be kind of interesting.
So from the direct, they said you can use the leg strap for shootout mode in soccer, but I've been hearing that you can only use it in that mode. So I don't.
Interesting.
And that you might need to require it as well. I'm not too sure because I don't have the game, but
Sure.
So it's a little weird that they advertise that as like a thing, but I don't know.
Oh, I think it's only $50 with digital, so slightly better.
It's 50 with
for me.
Oh, okay, for you, yeah, okay. So yeah, for over here it's 40 for the digital, and then 50 for the physical because it comes with the leg strap.
Oh, okay. See, that's a little different.
The leg strap is made of premium materials,
Velcro and Velcro.
Yeah, but it's like if you don't need it, if you have the leg strap from Ring Fit, you know what I mean?
Right. I don't know, dude. And it's not like you can wait for a sale on the game because it's a Nintendo first party. So, like,
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I'll think about it. But yeah, what are you playing, Steven?
I don't know. I wanted to shout out real quick that you graduated because that's kind of cool. Like,
Oh yeah, I graduated. I did my last exam, and I'm free.
That's really cool. And now you have more free time for games, or just that's free time's going somewhere else, right? Like,
No, objectively, I do have more free time.
Right.
But I'm still spending a portion of the time writing applications, looking for jobs.
Right.
Which is depressing.
Yep. Well, go to the workforce, I guess. But well, congratulations, man. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
For me, I've been playing a good amount of stuff. I played a lot of VR stuff, which because I've been getting more into my Quest 2. I played. Well, one, I tried VR chat, and that's fucking weird. First of all, everyone just like my first experience, deadass. 30 seconds into logging into VR
Did you
chat.
say deadass?
Yes, I did.
Oh
and
my god!
I'm gonna say that because I literally saw a picture of some dude's ass, like a flat 2D plane, rotating around, harassing people in the VR chat.
What?
And I turned it off right away.
What lobby did you go to?
Just log in, dude. To log in. When you first, I picked a
lobby.
fucking random lobby. They pull up on their suggested ones, right? I log into that, and it's like, oh, okay, this is what this game is, or this is what this app is.
Oh, so real quick, did you play that like natively in the Quest 2, or did you play that to like your PC or something?
Natively.
Natively? Okay.
Yeah.
How does it run? Because
fine.
I played it. Really? Okay. Because I played it native. I tried playing it natively in the Quest 1, and honestly, it's not that great. But then again, from what I've heard, VR chat itself is like unoptimized as shit, so you just have to brute force it at times.
Yeah, it's jank as fuck. I'll say that.
I tried. So I got like a little story about VR chat real quick. Like when I had my VR headset, like a couple years ago, like I tried playing. I did this like weird thing. Like so, like you can use like connect. So you know how Valve has those little pucks for the Vive where you can attach to your legs, so you can like do like leg motion.
Yeah.
Someone did the same, like emulated that, but using a Kinect. So I went to Goodwill one day and I saw a 360 Kinect and I bought it.
God.
And I jerry-rigged it so you can like do
shit.
the leg movements and shit in VR chat. And it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Because like you only use it only on PC.
I know, right? Junk
man,
treasure one man's, like.
Hey man, it was pretty cool, but like I only played VR chat like 3 times, so there's that.
Yeah. So needless to say, man.
It's a neat concept though. Like it there's some weird people on there, but it's like a pretty neat concept.
Yeah, like if you, I could see it definitely for younger people, right? If you're gonna go hang out or something, especially for like pandemic shit, it might be kind of cool to hang out with your friends and be wacky characters and stuff. Other than that, like, and especially now they're messing with like haptic feedback and like I guess full skeleton, I guess, haptics on there. So like when you tap someone on the shoulder, you kind of get a little bit of haptic feedback, things like that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then hand tracking, right? Full hand tracking 2.0, which I guess released recently. But yeah, it's all still in beta.
Last time I played, it was a little weird because do I call it the Meta Quest 2 now? Do I call it the Oculus Quest 2? What the fuck do I call it?
Call it whatever the hell you want. The Quest 2.
On the Quest 2, yeah. On the Quest 1, and I think the Quest 2, like the way that it's not really finger tracking, but like the system can tell like when you put your thumb on a button, but not pressing it, because like there's like a little like it's like a little touch sensitive. Like it knows when you put your finger on the button, but you're not pressing it. Like so, like your thumbs will move in VR chat or whatever. And the same thing with like your fingers, I believe, because the little rings, like it's like a little bit of hand tracking, but not as good as like the Valve Index, from what I believe.
No, not comparable in my experience, but I mean it's enough, right? Like to have some immersion there.
Yeah. And so like some of your like little, depending like what skin you pick on VR chat, because like people make a lot of skins or whatever. Yeah. Like some skins will do different things depending like how it detects your fingers or whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, the 2D ass picture was my probably warning to everyone, and also my last experience for a while in VR chat, I'll say. It was just a rotating plane of like a picture, and it was, you know, I imagine like there's some reporting tools that can be used and those things are like swatted pretty quickly, but it was you know, it's the internet, you can't really, it's pretty open, so that's all I'll say. Just warning if you're gonna play VR chat. The other ones I've been playing, Pistol Whip and Beat Saber. Pistol Whip recently got an update with campaigns. Like they got 2 campaigns, one like cyber future dystopia, which is really fucking cool, and then one like Wild West, where you have dual revolvers. And I'll say, in regards to both of them, probably the cyber campaign's my favorite of like my favorite VR experience, because it has you actually step to the side and move around and dodge bullets, and you kind of feel like John Wick, right? You just feel fucking cool, and you're just it's very hard. Easy is like a challenge for when you're first starting, and then normal's like, this is insane. I haven't tried hard, but I beat the fucking 2089 campaign is what it's called. And the idea is that you're a bounty hunter, not a bounty hunter, but like a soldier in space whose crew has all been converted into cyborgs, right? And then you eventually have to go out and scavenge, because you survive. You have to go out and scavenge for like food and resources, because you run out of it. So you have to go out, and you eventually end up getting captured, half turned into a cyborg. And anyways, the gun in that one is like a 4-round burst, and it does the whole thing of in Titanfall, you know, the pistol where it like auto tracks and goes to their heads.
Smart pistol.
Yeah. Like you get that a little later on, and it was really cool, because you just have lines of enemies and you back to forth, like it shoots all of them in a wave. Yeah, the boss fight is what I was going to touch on. Very interesting, because I've yet to do like a proper boss fight in VR, and that was really cool. It's like a giant drone, and it's also to like rhythm. That's kind of how Pistol Whip works. It's like you get more points for timing your shots with rhythm, and your dodges and your reloads and things like that. So I don't know. That's just a really cool one. Very good for like if you want to get cardio, surprisingly. Um,
I bet.
and as well as Beat Saber, right? I tried the 360 mode, which is I guess exclusive to Quest 2. Uh, and there's a song called Crab Rave, right? And
Yep.
yeah, so that one is really fun because I don't know, it has you moving like a crab. It probably looks ridiculous when you're actually
Oh my.
in the thing, right? But it's pretty fun. It's ridiculous, but that's what the whole point of VR is. Like you can do stuff that you probably wouldn't normally be able to do in real life. Yeah, Beat Saber.
So have you, for Beat Saber, have you managed to mod in some custom songs or no?
No, but I've been thinking about that. I wanted to.
It's still fun.
It's the side quest, right? You have to do side quest for that.
Yeah, side quests. It was like an app on PC or whatever. But like after that, the program I use, like after you like side load it into the quest, you can like download all the songs straight on the quest itself.
Dude, yeah, I've been wanting to do that because like the library is kind of lacking for them. They have some good stuff. There's some popular stuff, obviously, a lot of EDM, but that kind of lends itself to the whole Beat Saber environment, I guess. I'm up to hard now. I can't do expert yet, but we'll see, I guess, depending on how fast my hands can move, apparently. Because I don't know, I just don't think it's as fun because you're not moving around a lot. You don't have time to actually get into it and swing. You have to use little hand movements and stuff. So
yeah,
Beat Saber continues to be Beat Saber, but new games, Rogue Legacy 2. If you like Rogue Legacy, just buy the book. Rogue Legacy 2. It does everything the first one does, but much better. A lot of the controls are tighter. There's a new mechanic in there, like that allows you to kind of like not Hollow Knight, Shovel Knight, where you can use lamps and stuff to kind of spin jump, right? Lamps and enemies, you can spin jump off of them to get higher. And that combined with like the upgrade system is like a castle that keeps building each time you get a new like a new class or more health. And there's just secrets in there that are much like the first game that are kind of obtuse. And actually getting to the first boss was where I finally got, but I got killed. Not surprising because my character right now already is like level 32, I guess. And I don't know how many levels it goes up to, but it seems to be pretty quick.
So I got a couple questions. So first of all, like, what platform are you playing on? Are you playing on PC or
Xbox.
It's Xbox exclusive right now, right? On the console side?
Yeah, I'm playing on the Series S right now.
Okay. And so I remember playing the first Rogue Legacy back on the PS4. Like I remember it being like an early PS Plus game.
Yeah.
And so like at that time there was nothing else to play, so I picked it up. And like I didn't know much about like indies at the time, much less roguelites. So like if you remember anything from Rogue Legacy 1, how does this differ from Rogue Legacy 2? Like is there any like new additions, enhancements, stuff like that?
I believe there's new classes. A few new classes. There's obviously, like I said, it controls a lot better. I feel it controls tighter. The platforming is it's what you'd expect from a tight 2D platformer. It's as close as you would want from something like that, I would say. Whereas in the first one, I feel like that was kind of a weak spot for it. Was the platforming and the combat. You know, the combat's kind of much the same in this one. I will say some of the characters let you have more tools to accomplish not dying, I guess, is how I'll explain it. I would say the animation has definitely gotten an upgrade immensely. Everything is beautifully animated. You can tell that's probably where a lot of the budget went, was definitely that. Sound wise is, I don't know, hard to say, right? It's hard to remember between the two of them. I think if you're looking for a completely different game, it's not like if Rogue Legacy 1 wasn't for you, I guess depending on what bugged you about it, then Rogue Legacy 2 is not going to be for you either. It's kind of like Spelunky 1 to Spelunky 2, right? It keeps the spirit of the same game, just like you have advancements of one, their knowledge as they've developed, and two, like engine time and like animation and more budget in this case.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at some footage right now. Yeah, the graphics definitely got like an overhaul.
It's a very pretty game. And the writing, I will say the story and writing that they're leading you along with has been a definite improvement. Like there's little breadcrumbs throughout to keep you like in a sub narrative, kind of like a, I wanted to say Elden Ring, but that doesn't really quite match. It's in books, and NPCs teach you, like they're like, okay, well watch out for this, and there's hints to different things, but there's a sub narrative, and there's an actual plot, I feel, that's strong here versus the first one. What else was I going to touch on? I feel like the upgrade path is better. The things there are some things that carry over better in this one than the first one from run to run. So I'll say in that one it does make each one not easier, but it keeps you coming back because you have something. The vault, like instead of taking all your money, I mean you could do it in the first one, but like it was farther on. You get the vault pretty soon in this one where you get to keep saving money. And Charon is a greedy bastard, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, Rogue Legacy 2 is Rogue Legacy, only much better. I guess maybe a 1.5 would be better on this one because it's not, I don't know. The thing about it is, if you liked Rogue Legacy, you'll definitely like Rogue Legacy 2. If it's not your type of game, I don't think you'll really be swayed to go get it, right? Not yeah, and it's probably going to be the same thing for like the upcoming game I'm going to talk about. Do you have any like more questions, like what changed or?
Not really, because like I said, I haven't really. It's been a while since I played Rogue Legacy 1. I might go back to it maybe after I finish Death's Door, maybe. Who knows? I say a lot of stuff and I never follow up on it, but but I don't know. I've seen like a lot of people like you and Jacob were getting hyped out on the Discord. I was like, huh.
Yeah, no, look, if you like roguelikes, this is one of the best.
I liked Hades. Hades was pretty good.
Yeah. And it, like I said, from the first one, the biggest difference I noticed was the tighter controls. So it feels better to play by far. So okay. That's for me a must in roguelikes, and so I'll definitely keep playing this one.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go, yeah, like I said, maybe I'll go back and check out the first one. I'll have to pull out the PS5 for that, but well, who knows?
Yeah, plus it's 20% off, right? I think still on Xbox. Yeah. So they do that whole like indie showcase thing, or not indie showcase, but like where they promote new indies and they give them 20% off for people. So
yeah, that's the thing with me. I have to play more indies because I've basically been like brainwashed by like AAA since for all my life, basically.
Yeah, man.
I have to like branch out more. Is what my thing is.
I will say this is it's still a hard game, right? But when you die now, it's kind of exciting because then you go and spend your upgrades. Like you spend all the money that you get, and there's like, it's twofold. The game becomes, all right, how far can I get? What upgrades can I find? And also, I need to break everything to find the money so that I can spend it next time when I die. Yeah, really fun. Loads of fun. Overwatch 2, though, I wanted to touch on a little bit. The beta, I guess they had a bunch of streamers, or a select amount of streamers from like 12 to 8, I believe. You had to watch 4 hours of any streamer from the list. They give you a code. Jacob and I had played yesterday. We played like 5 or 6 games. Jacob's like, I don't know why I'm playing this damn game. It's just like the first one. And that kind of leads me to my explanation of the first one, right? It's definitely Overwatch still. It's still Overwatch. Keeps the spirit. But when one person dies, the swing capability is so fast in this one. The tide can turn so quick, and I feel like it's a lot quicker than in the first one. Support, I mean, these are like balancing things or whatever. So I don't know if I'll really get into much into it, but the support definitely needs help. They just feel like they don't really make too much of an impact right now in team fights. But I guess they're trying to promote the neutral game even with support, right? So they want you to be getting into engagements. So it's trying to reframe your brain to, all right, I just need to latch myself onto a tank and heal them and then bounce back and forth between DPS when I need to. And now it's, I need to do that and juggle firing at somebody else to build my ult quicker. And that'll help me swing the team fight for everyone else. I will say ultimates definitely make a bigger difference in this one. Everything seems more decisive overall, right? So when you get into an engagement, it's you're looking and watching out for plays and counter plays a lot more, I've seen. And I'm not in a high ranking.
You're
I don't know.
pro.
Yeah, like, so I don't think, I think it'll be even more pronounced in those Overwatch League and things like that. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know when they're going to adopt the 5v5 system for the pros. I think it'll be a second before they actually do.
Isn't the next Overwatch League they're gonna play with in the 5v5? That's this month, I think. I'm not too sure when it starts.
Well, that'll be interesting if that is the case.
I remember them saying like the next Overwatch League will be playing on Overwatch 2 is what they're saying.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll probably expect to see some Overwatch 2 news out of that too. One thing I kind of was hoping though, like with this whole beta experience, was to get some PvE nugget. Just give me like one mission or an example of what the campaign might look like, right? Because if it's just going to be more of those vignettes that we get like in one where they do like where they do like horde mode kind of things and you're pushing payloads just like a normal game mode. I don't know. I don't really think that deserves a 2 moniker on it. So it remains to be seen what that can play into it, because that's really why there is going to be a 2, right? For the PvE stuff. Obviously they did a lot. It does feel different. The game does feel different enough. And the PvP is going to get a shot in the arm, right? For sure. I'm really excited about like the numbers on Twitch too, which means it's coming back in the general mind sphere, right, of people. So I think
yeah, people are thinking about it, definitely.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, because the original hours and hours with my buds, we just hop on almost every night, honestly. 6 stack, get on ranked, yell at my TV way too much, and complain why Bob over here is on Zenyatta again. But right, like it's still, Zenyatta is still fucking squishy, unfortunately, right? Okay, one thing I wanted to call out was the tanks. I guess was the last thing I wanted to touch on. The tanks feel way more important and way more of a threat, especially Orisa, which is just broken right now, but she has like this.
Oh, yeah, Ursa looks sick right now. She's
got this crazy spear attack, dude. I didn't know what the hell was happening until I got like freaking pinned to something with the spear, and it almost killed me as a healer, right? Like, it wasn't crazy, but I will say Reinhardt feels much better, right? He's got the 2 I don't know what they're called, the 2 ranged attacks. Yeah,
the flame charge. Yeah, it's like 2 charges of it now. I remember they talked about that a while ago.
You have those a lot more, and so they want you to play more aggressively with tanks, and that leads to the whole super quick, everything feels more frenetic, I'll say, more chaotic, which is weird because you wouldn't think so with less people, right?
Well, is that a good thing? Because now people are some people like some people are missing the teamwork aspect of Overwatch, where now, yes, like some people don't like shields, and now there are no shields. So now the strategy in Overwatch 2 seems to be more go out on your own and kill as many people as you can, and maybe that'll be enough to win the game.
I think that was even. I mean, you have carries in any game, right? But I think through playing it this whole time, I didn't get as much of that, especially if you're communicating with your teammates. You can still, and I think organized teams are going to still feel that teamwork aspect from it. You can still, I don't know, you can still make plays as teams, and I will say maybe that is a balancing thing with DPS. Maybe they just need to be toned down a little bit, because DPS does do quite a bit, which I guess they're supposed to, right? They're supposed to be quick, get in, kill the person, get out. It doesn't feel that way right now. It feels like they can kind of just dominate if your DPS are not taking advantage. So I feel like that's a balancing issue that can probably be fixed, is what I'm saying. You can tone down damage for a little bit, bring up support a little bit. I don't think that that's necessarily game breaking or something they can't change before the actual full release. So while I do get what people are saying, like, yeah, just go off and, I don't know, stomp on people and then that's how you win the game. Sure. I mean, I guess I could see that if you're a strong, like, damage person, but I still felt like I was playing Overwatch in the team game. So, and if I wasn't with my team and I was going off as a DPS, granted, I'm not the best DPS, but I still feel like we had a better shot, especially in the objective modes, with me on the point and in those team engagements. So I guess it just really remains to be seen. And I guess we'll see more of it, like, pronounced in the Overwatch League players, right? That's where you really get to see a lot of those strategies play out and a lot of the balancing problems that might come up. So I don't know. I'm excited for it either way. I was just excited to play Overwatch again with people. So yeah, I really hope they nail the launch with this one. I want to see PvE stuff though.
Yeah, so real quick about that PvE stuff. I think the reason you don't see it here is because didn't they have to push it back? They separated the PvP and the PvE stuff now because they wanted to get all the PvP stuff out now, because Overwatch 1 at this point hasn't had a major content update in 2-3 years at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
And so people have been complaining about that a lot, and so they detached PvP and PvE so they can get the PvP portion out quicker, from what I remember hearing about. But I don't know. Like, when Overwatch 2 comes out, do you think, obviously it's gonna be a big deal, but do you think it'll be as big as Overwatch 1 when that release? Because
No.
it's a different time period, because now we have things like battle royales and more free to play multiplayer stuff, and I feel like it's not gonna reach the highs that Overwatch 1 did when it first came out, because we're just living in a different era at this point of gaming.
Yeah, Overwatch 1 came out in 2016, and it was one of the first of its kind, right? A hero shooter, a team-based hero shooter. But since then, not only have we gotten more hero-based shooters like Heroes of the Storm, Valorant, yeah, and to some extent Rainbow Six Siege, but now the games have kind of moved past hero shooters into a whole other genre of games. So no, I don't think it'll reach the same peaks, because Overwatch was new and shiny and a different experience, and now we've had that. But I think it'll do numbers again, and now that they're going to continue pumping content out, I mean, assuming, right, then I think it'll have a very healthy player base again.
That'd be nice. I the only reason I would push against that is because I don't know, if they can nail a PvE experience as well as a PvP experience, I don't know, I feel like it kind of feeds into each other. A lot of people wanted, everyone loves the shorts for Overwatch, right? Everyone loves the animated pieces. I feel like if they do a good enough job on that gets enough traction and streaming, it'll feed into PvP, and I think it really does depend on the post-launch support, what kind of numbers they're going to do, and if they're going to push any kind of different modes or anything after just, no pun intended, push, right? Which I'll just say off cuff, like push, it doesn't really feel any different than like a payload map to me, from what I've played. You're just moving a robot further up into different checkpoints. I don't know. You fight for territory over the robot, and it really just does feel like a payload map, just different skin.
All right.
Yeah,
no more questions.
Yeah,
this is like our longest crossplay section yet. That's for sure.
Well, just great games that came out. So
yeah, it's been like 2 weeks since our last episode, so we got a lot to talk about.
I think, Overwatch 2 could reach similar heights, but you're right, it isn't as novel, so I don't think it'll get there. Enough of that.
All right, let's talk about PAX.
Yeah, what's PAX?
Well, didn't you want to? Real quick, didn't you want to go over the Xbox Bethesda thing real quick?
I did, and then I realized how long we were going. I wanted maybe we could do like a few minutes. I'll say like
okay, fine.
Yeah.
My minute long predictions. It's gonna be less than a minute. My predictions: Starfield, Forza Motorsport 8, Avowed. I think that's gonna release soon. Redfall, and I don't think we're gonna get Halo.
No Halo
because we just did that.
Not even a BR mention?
No.
Certain Infinity's not going to be there?
No.
Okay. Erick?
Well, real quick in the Halo thing, like this next season, I'm not going to go too much into it, but this next season is another 6 months, or isn't it? And so that's kind of not a good thing to look at. But anyways, I agree. We're obviously going to see Starfield there. Starfield's like the #1 game for Microsoft this year. We're going to have to see it there. Forza Motorsport 8, I also see it there. There was rumors of a beta that people were playing, of like influencers and stuff. There was that going around, so I think we'll probably see it this year. Maybe like around the same time. When did Horizon come out last year?
November.
Okay, that's
October.
And when Starfield this year? Is that November?
November.
November. Okay, so I can see Motorsport coming out in October. In the same place that Horizon did last year. But that's like Gaff, you probably know more than me. How long is it usually between Motorsport and Horizon games? Like, I feel like this is like the shortest time.
So this is
between them.
They're alternate years, so this is an unprecedented amount of time.
Okay, so it's a little weird that they have them back to back. Cause I kind of feel like Horizon at least gets like a bunch of updates throughout the year, so it'd be a little weird.
Well, because this one's super special because it's next gen only, baby. Let's go.
Yeah,
dude. My take, we're gonna see Fable 2 or Fable 4, sorry. Fable. I think, well, I don't know. I don't know if we can really add a number to it or if they're just gonna reboot it.
I think it'll just be Fable reboot.
Yeah. We have to see gameplay there, or at least a little bit more than what we saw we saw it, right? So we're gonna have to see that. I think Avowed, I really want to see more of that one. I'm really excited to see what that ends up being, more than just like a Skyrim-esque kind of thing.
We also need to know more about Redfall.
Yeah, definitely Redfall. We've not heard anything for a while.
It's supposed to come out in summer, they said too. We haven't really seen much of that. I know there was like leaks of like a playable version.
Yep.
Somehow last year. Yeah, but we haven't seen much.
Is it? It's gonna get pushed. I think it's gonna get pushed.
Yeah, it probably is.
Starfield, we're gonna have to see a blowout, right? We're gonna have to see.
Oh, definitely.
A good amount of content. I want Todd Howard up there.
8-minute demo, calling it.
Yeah, actual playable. I want like them demoing it, but I also want a longer like chunk. I want 20 minutes gameplay.
Okay, no, not 20 minutes. Dude, it's 90 minutes.
The only thing is, the only thing is,
would you have after the event?
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, like, would you have like the extended gameplay at the event? I feel like you would say that for afterwards, because I kind of feel like these events are now like evolving into like, or not evolving. They're like finding like they're all being standardized basically, where it's like a Nintendo Direct basically, where it's like here's hit after hit with a couple trailers in between, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's what works for these kind of events nowadays. So,
And Xbox has been kind of trending that way with their shows too. So, yeah, I don't expect to see anything more than like what Gav said, 8 to 9 minute kind of gameplay. They're gonna explain maybe some systems, what the concept is, hopefully like more of the crux of the plot, right? Why you're in Starfield, who is Starfield man or woman.
ooh, Starfield man.
Think it's woman. Yeah.
Well, yeah, either way. I'm sure they're gonna have some kind of character customization, right? It's a Bethesda game. I'm obviously that's what everyone's excited about. I think I want to see more from maybe Wolfenstein, hopefully. We haven't seen that in a while. So but Indiana Jones, I guess, is there. I don't know.
That'd be hype.
Yeah, that would be really cool to see that. A lot of Bethesda stuff we're gonna see, but like who am I missing here from Xbox Bethesda that like
Xbox has a whole bunch of studios
Right.
that are still working on stuff. Like we have Rare with Everwild,
Hellblade 2.
Hellblade.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, I want more Hellblade so badly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to go over. But I do feel
we can't talk about
it right now. Maybe we'll get into it a little closer to the actual date. That is exciting though.
Xbox's year is definitely looking a little slim, only because we only know about Starfield supposed to be releasing this year, but there could be a whole bunch of surprises that we don't know about yet.
And May is kind of stacked for Game Pass, just as a side note.
True.
A lot of day ones. Erick, PAX East, how was it? What did you do? And like, kind of explain to us.
What did I do? Oh boy! If you look on our YouTube channel, X Interact, you can see I did a couple interviews over there. I didn't book too many because this is my first PAX East. I was going basically solo, so I didn't want to like overwhelm myself. And I'd say I did pretty good. There were obviously a few technical hiccups that I mentioned throughout. The TMNT one, the video, my cameraman was trying to adjust the lighting because we got a private session, and he instead adjusted the shutter speed instead of the ISO, and that caused the video to be choppy. And to be fair, the cameraman was my dad. He's not really that tech literate. He was just there helping me, so I don't really blame him for that. But like,
shout out to your dad,
a good interview. It was a good interview. We kind of missed it, but shout out to my dad.
Yeah.
And then the Ayudian Chronicle one was doing so well, but then the last 2 questions, the camera battery died on him. So
rough.
But to be fair, I don't think that was his fault either. I was playing the demo for the game earlier on, and I didn't realize it was an unlimited demo. I thought the demo was eventually going to end, so we got like 30 minutes of gameplay on footage.
Hell yeah.
So it was pretty long. Maybe I'll post that separately. I don't know. We were like trying to figure this out, but yeah, I got a lot of gameplay for that, and that's probably what caused the camera battery to die afterwards. But yeah, then I also, so like I said, I played TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which is a fun beat 'em up game. In the interview, you can like listen to, I believe his name was Yannick. He was the narrative director for the game on .emo. Or not, excuse me, at Tribute Games. .emo is the publisher for that game. But he was talking to me about like how they got the original voice actors for the cartoon back in the day to voice the characters for the game, and I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, TMNT was good. Ayudian Chronicle was, so it's like a little prequel because there was a Kickstarter for that game so Ayudian Chronicle 100 Heroes was kickstarted, and it's gonna be like a traditional JRPG from the Suikoden developers, I believe it is. And so Rising was like a what are those things you call on Kickstarter with the separate goals or whatever? The
reach goals?
Reach goals, something like that, yeah. So Rising was like a reach goal for that, where it's like a prequel, where it's like a side-scroller RPG, kind of, I don't want to say it's like a beat 'em up, but kind of felt like one, where it was like, from what I played, it was super simple, and it like leads into the 100 Heroes game, and you'll see the characters in that game, in Rising and 100 Heroes later on. So there's that game is coming to Game Pass day 1, I believe, May 10th. I could be wrong. It's this month for sure. I know that, but
yeah,
that's coming soon to Game Pass. I played So going back to day one, I played Spider Heck, which was like kind of like a. If you ever seen like the stick fighting kind of games, that they play like kind of funny streams, like where it's like you're trying to eliminate all your other friends and you're trying to be the last one standing. Something like that, where you're a spider and you grab weapons in the field and you just try to knock out your friends. There's also like a wave based like single player mode, but I didn't play that at PAX. But it was like that was like super fun. Like you have like guns, you have like lightsaber weapons. It's like and you can like jump around and web around. It was a lot of fun. And then I interviewed the brand manager for Tiny Build, who publishes like stuff like Hello Neighbor and stuff like that. I interviewed her and she gave me and we talked about the game like a little bit. That was like the first interview I did. I was like a little nervous about it because I thought I was gonna interview the developer.
Right.
And so in the unedited footage I have, I was like, oh shit. So I had questions for more developer and not you. So it was a pretty short interview. But shout out to Christy at Tiny Build. She handled that super smoothly.
Right.
I kind of feel like she did better than I did. That's for sure. And then the final one I did on Saturday was for Eurogun, which is like a top-down shooter where you're a robot and you're just like going around blasting other like corrupted robots and stuff like that. It was honestly pretty fun. Like I said a lot on the show, I'm not an indie guy, but like this PAX East was like the indie PAX East. Like there were not a lot of big developers there besides like Gearbox and like AMD and Intel doing smaller stuff over there. But Eurogun was like one of my favorite games that I played over there because like it starts off simple, like it was pretty easy, but like it ramps up in difficulty a lot like later on. Like in the footage that Steven like edited in for me, like you can see me playing a boss fight where I had a shotgun and like I believe a rail cannon.
Yep.
And like the developer was like giving me extra lives, but like even then I was kind of still struggling because like he just kind of threw me in the deep end, but like it was still pretty fun. And they gave me a code to play the full game. It is in early access right now, and so I put in like about 80 something minutes according to Steam on there, and it's pretty fun so far. I'm gonna play more. I might do like a little mini review about it.
Cool.
Just gotta play a little more about it. But they also gave my dad a code, and he is not a gamer, so I have an extra code here that we can possibly give away. I'll maybe put some details on Twitter about like how to enter the giveaway, but we're gonna be giving away an extra code of Eurogun right here. I have it right here in my hands. I'm not flipping it over because the code's on the other side, but stay tuned up to our Twitter to for all that stuff. But yeah, there was like a lot of cool stuff there too. Like the Tiny Build booth was like a carnival, and like you can see it in the footage that I had for the Spider Heck demo where they had like a claw machine there where you could win like game codes on Steam. I didn't do that because the line was pretty long and like I didn't want to cut anybody. I don't even think I was allowed to cut anybody, but like I had a media pass. For content creator pass.
Out of the way.
Out of the way. No, I didn't want to be that guy.
Important.
I made appointments for all this stuff, so yeah. I didn't want to be like that. I waited in line for stuff I did do. I didn't make an appointment for it, but I really should have. I saw a little bit of WrestleQuest on, I believe it was either Friday or Saturday, but it was like that RPG wrestling game where it's kind of like a Paper Mario where you can time the attacks on to your actions or whatever. And like I at least it was like about to be closing time for the expo hall. I just was wandering around. I saw it there. I was like, you know what? Let me just stand around and see how it is. And it's a pretty cool game. I didn't get footage of that because like I was just wandering the expo hall. I didn't bring my camera that night. That was pretty cool. I played a little bit of like Assetto Corsa because they had like a simulator going on where they had the wheel set up. They had like an ultra wide monitor and they were giving out like a free swag. So I was like, you know what? Let me try that. And so they were trying to do like a whoever gets like the best lap wins like a PC cooler, a liquid cooler. And I did not do great. I was not doing great at all. That's for sure. I was crashing and stuff, but that was my first time using a wheel, so it was kind of expected. But
yeah,
there's that.
You had fun though, is the big thing. Like
yeah, like this was for my first PAX East was really fun. Like I went to panels. I went to a YouTube YouTuber meetup. It was for Good Vibes Gaming to go meet Ash Paulson. I met up with other people over there. We all played Mario Kart together. That was a lot of fun. Shout out to Good Vibes Gaming over there because that was a lot of fun there. I just wanted the expo hall up because like there was, for like the first time of PAX East coming back after the pandemic, there was like a lot of people there. Saturday was very, very busy. And so I didn't really like do a lot of lines, to be honest, because like I didn't want to wait hours for stuff. But Devolver had a cool booth. Like they had Cult of the Lamb on there. They had it like on at the back of their booth. They had it on a big projector like screen.
That's cool.
I should have lined up for that because it looked pretty cool, but like there was a big line for that. What else did I see?
A Frankfurter.
Intel. Frankfurter, yeah. Shout out to
You saw a
Frankfurter.
Frankfurter.
Yeah, I was gonna get to there eventually. He and I met up for a bit. He was playing. I forgot what game he was playing, but we can probably ask him like later on. But it was like a puzzle type game. He entered a raffle for like PC parts, and like there was a lot of people like crowded around like the booth trying to see who won. He didn't win anything, unfortunately, but that was like a lot of fun, like meeting him there. He's a lot taller than I thought he was in person.
Yeah.
So we managed to get like a cool picture together.
That's cool.
I kind of wish we kind of made more plans together, but like it was like a last minute kind of meetup on a Saturday night, I believe it was. So there's that. Intel had like a huge booth there. Like I think theirs was like one of the biggest booths there, where you can do like photo booth. You can what is it? You can take, no, I already said the photo booth. You can play a whole bunch of their games on their PCs on, I forget if it was Saturday or Friday. I had the footage for it. The CEO of Origin PC was on the stage playing Elden Ring, and every time he died, they would give away swag.
Okay, that's cool.
To the people in the show. And then a funny thing, some guy in was it Boba Fett or a Mandalorian outfit came on stage. And he was like saying he had a bounty on the CEO. And so he was just like talking on stage. It was like pretty cool. I had the footage. I should like probably upload it later on. But, like it was like pretty cool. AMD had like a Halo tournament going on every day where you can sign up to play, and I don't know what you win, but like they had like a Halo Infinite tournament. It was pretty cool to see. Like the show floor itself was like really busy. There were some empty parts. I kind of feel like the split between the tabletop and the game stuff was like kind of big, but the tabletop portion was huge. I didn't really do much over there because I'm not a big tabletop guy, but like when you go in the Skybridge above the expo hall, you can see how big just the tabletop section was. Like it was huge. Saturday
was there any Yu-Gi-Oh?
So packed. I don't know. I couldn't see, to be honest.
Darn.
Because that tabletop section was huge. Like it was.
Somebody was packing a deck, dude. You know it.
Yeah. Packs themselves, like they were selling like play mats and like deck boxes and like card sleeves and stuff like that.
Magic, I'm sure.
Magic was huge. Yeah, they had like a whole bunch of tabletop stuff. And like I'm not a tabletop guy, so I couldn't really like talk much about it. But like if you wanted tabletop for this year's PAX East, you got it. Like there was a whole bunch of stuff. There was a whole bunch of booths selling stuff. It was ridiculous. Game wise, like there was not a lot of booths selling games themselves. Like there was Limited Run was there. There was like a couple like I guess local places selling like a bunch of stuff. I showed a couple pictures in the Discord where they were selling like a Shin Megami Tensei game for like $155. I'm like, that is insane.
Collectors, man.
Collectors, yeah. There was a lot. Content creation wise, I got access to the media room. There was a lot of cool content creators there. I saw Gerard the Completionist there. I saw the Iron Lords podcast. I saw Steven Saylor, the blind gamer. He was there.
Hey.
Like I said before, Ash Paulson from Good Vibes Gaming. There was I didn't get to see the IGN panel for NVC, the Nintendo podcast.
Yeah,
but they had a panel there. They were there as well. I got to see the Axe of the Blood God panel where they talked about like the state of Final Fantasy. There was just a whole bunch of cool stuff there. were I didn't get to see them, but I know Kira Buckland, who's the voice actor for 2B, was there. Gearbox was there. They had their panel. They announced a new Tales of the Borderlands there. I didn't see that
crazy.
panel, but
Yeah, I didn't even see that until
they had
after.
that entire thing there. Yeah.
Dude.
Alana Pierce was there to like open up the whole show.
Oh, really?
I only caught a little bit of that panel, unfortunately, because I had my appointment on that first day, but they just had like a lot of cool stuff there. Like I kind of feel like even though the big third parties weren't there, like Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, they weren't there. I kind of feel like this Gearbox, I kind of felt like was there to like show them like, hey, PAX is still important, and it kind of felt like a fun PAX because there was so many people there, and it was ridiculous, like just so much fun. Like, I can't wait to go next year. Like next year's gonna be like, I kind of hope I can sign up for another media pass there, and like that you guys can come in and like
we can do something planned a little better. Just it would be nice. Well, I think I'm gonna try to plan for obviously next year. But maybe an upcoming show if it's closer to works better. So
like this was for my first PAX really fun. Like I've been to local conventions before, and this just like blew them all the way.
So it was fun. Like it justified the ticket price or the time you took to go out there and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say though the food at the expo hall is pretty expensive.
Yep.
If you're gonna go eat, go outside and eat somewhere else.
No surprise there.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, right? With those big conventions, if they really make it worth it for the people buying the tickets and keeping the show afloat, right? Like, so it's good to hear, man. Like,
yeah, because it's not just the expo hall on the show floor itself. Like, you can go out to panels, you can go out to there was so much stuff that I wanted to do. I just did not have like the time to do it all because like there were tournaments you can play in, like console free plays where they had like a whole bunch of consoles set up. You can like go to the room next door, pick a game to play, go back to the room next door and play it on there. They had, oh my god, I walked in, they have a scavenger hunt to do where you have your ticket. If I have my ticket somewhere, I can like show you. 1 second.
Yeah, honestly, I went to a Penny Arcade not too long ago, and this kind of sounds similar to what that was.
So when you pick up your badge, there's like a little label on the top in the front here where it says, hey, register it online to take place in PAX XP. And so PAX XP is kind of like a little scavenger hunt kind of thing you can do where around the entire expo hall they have like these little like scanners where you scan the back of your badge here because there's a QR code here, and then you scan it, and then you can get like little mini like digital badges on there where it's like, oh hey, you went to the Excedrin booth, you went to the Discord booth. Here's the proof. Excedrin was there.
I'm just saying, like everybody, like the media people are just like, yeah, the Excedrin booth because it's probably a stressful time in some ways.
Yeah, you went to the Intel booth. So you scan it on here, you get like a little digital badge, so that it shows like you took all that stuff. But then there was like there were also hidden stations around the entire expo hall where you scan it, and then you get like a little. Like, so every PAX is like themed around like a different thing. This year was like themed around space travel. So you scan it, and then you get like a little story going around about it. And then when you find the 8 main ones, you go back to the main lobby, and then they give you like a free like little item to like a little souvenir basically. And so this year was like a choice between a bandana, a beanie, and a hat. And so I got the hat, but the only thing is, after I got the hat, I went back to the hotel room. And I noticed, if people watching can see it,
yeah, we got it.
This is last year's hat from when they did the online only PAX. So I guess they were offloading like extra stuff. So I'm not too mad about it. But I was like, damn, this is from last year. It's whatever.
No one can say you didn't go to PAX last year.
Just like take a knife and carve in the two from the one.
Yeah, and so there's like a bunch of that stuff. I closed the website earlier, but if I can find it, when you sign up for PAX XP, you're drafted into a team. There's 2 teams, and then every time you scan one of the codes, you get points for your team. And at the end, whatever team has the most points the members of that team are put into a raffle where they get 2 free tickets for PAX East next year. And so I doubt that I won, but my team won, and so maybe I get 2 free tickets next year. But like, who knows?
Hey.
So it's like a lot of cool stuff on there. It's pretty fun. And then the photo boost ones, you can like scan your ticket, and then it'll be on your PAX profile where you can download the picture. It's a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah, and people can kind of see a preview of it on our YouTube. You've uploaded the interviews, some B-roll, and I think we have maybe a few more things to come, possibly, depending on what you want to upload.
I have gameplay that I recorded. I have like a walk around, which maybe the walk around is not the best thing because I took it during media hour, and so it looks a little empty. Plus, it was probably a little shaky as well. So who knows? But
even though, like, we can cut it up good. We can get some more things on there. I think it's interesting to see the media floor or the floor on a media day, right? I think that's interesting to see because there's less things blocking the actual exhibits and stuff. So
yeah, but it's been so cool. They give you like a little lanyard when you go in, and they also, so this year you had to be vaccinated and wear a mask. They give you this wristband, which is, and unlike any other wristband I've seen before, where normally conventions I've been to and stuff, they give you the paper wristband. This is like a little cloth one where I'm gonna put it here, where you can they tie it with this black piece here.
Okay.
But the only downside is that once it's on, you can't take it off. So the first day, I kind of over tightened it a little bit, and so I had to like try. I didn't have scissors either,
no.
so
your wrist was just like dying.
I had to saw it off with a key or whatever. But because these things are a lot sturdier than they look, that's for sure. But yeah, funny. So my first one I had to like get it off, but the second one I went back into the vaccination proof line, got this one. I was able to get it off for the rest of the days easier, so there's that. But otherwise, yeah, like the lineup process wasn't really that bad. Like you line up outside to get your vaccination proof, you get your bag checked real quick, and then go inside the convention hall itself, and then they lead you off to the expo hall for the lineup for people who aren't media and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. This year I bought like a whole bunch of merch. Well, not a whole bunch of merch, but I got a couple merch. I wanted to get a cool bomber jacket that they had, but I tried to wait on Friday I believe it was, and I should have went Thursday because Friday they didn't have the bomber jacket in my size, which sucked. So instead, I got a sweatshirt, which I can probably get over there. I'll get it a little bit later, and I got a desk mat or the play mat for the card games or whatever.
That's clean.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is what I got here. And then they give you, so I spent like fucking $85 just on merch alone, right?
Yeah.
For this stuff.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
Like,
at all. I was gonna spend $85 on the jacket itself. This was $20 itself. So there's that. The sweatshirt was $65, so that's whatever. And then they give you I think spending $20 gets you this patch, and then $85 gets you a pin. So for anyone who knows, PAX is like huge on pins, and like I got a free pin for 2022. The Intel wall, they were taking pins to exchange, and so I exchanged my pin for a Intel specific one. If I could find it in here. Yeah,
that's
right
kind of
here.
cool.
Yeah. So I exchanged it for I exchanged the PAX one for a Intel one here.
Audio listeners, right here. It's a black and gold pin with a skull on it. And it's
so it's like a
neat.
Intel specific one. And apparently this is like they only have 3,000 of these. And so on the back here you can see it says 1 of 3,000. But I think this might be number 13. I don't know, because this was right here. This says 013 on it. So this might be the 13th one in the batch. Who the hell knows?
Oh.
Yeah.
First edition?
I think, yeah. So I kind of think I might be addicted to pin collecting now for PAX.
Oh, don't.
So next year might be a little more pricey for me. Is all I'm gonna say.
Oh man. Just the quest to get all the pins. I love it.
Exactly. So So maybe next year I'll go with a whole bunch of more pins. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear you had a great time, man. I'm looking forward to when we can actually go as a team to do these events. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I got like one more thing here. Real quick, shout out to the guys at Eurogun, the developers over there, because their swag bag was off the chain. They gave me a T-shirt, they gave me a canvas bag, they gave me a lanyard, they gave me pins, or not pins, like buttons, like this one here. They gave me a whole bunch of them. They gave me 2 Steam copies. So shout out to them over there. But then also, I was walking around the expo hall. I went past the Gearbox booth, and then they were like, "Oh, here, limited edition Tiny Tina's Wonderlands poster." So I was like, you know what? I'll grab it. Why the hell not?
Sure, why not?
Why not? So I got that. But yeah, like PAX, I'm gonna wrap it up here. PAX, oh my god, like for my first time, that was so much fun. Like, and like I said, I didn't even do everything yet. Like, I didn't even do a lot of like actually playing my Switch because I brought my Switch to like try and play it. But like I've only played it during that meetup, and like, oh my god, PAX, so much fun. Would recommend, especially for next year.
That's awesome, dude. I know. I wish we could have all been there, but definitely something I want to do. So, and it's good to know that they really like made it a good experience for people who bought tickets. So,
yeah, and so there was I remember reading there was like a couple of COVID outbreaks, even though it was supposed to be like a fully vaccinated, fully masked event. I haven't heard too much about it. There was like one vendor that they said their employees caught it, but like as soon as their employees like caught it, they weren't allowed at the show floor or whatever.
So they were pretty good about it though. Like,
yeah, and then the meetup I went to for Good Vibes Gaming, apparently someone there did catch COVID, and Frankfurter also contacted me before. Actually, he said someone that he was staying with did catch it. Thankfully, me and him are negative, so we are fine.
Cool. Good to hear.
So everything's good on our end. It is a risk you take going out to these conventions, especially. But I kind of feel like they were doing good at enforcing it, because occasionally over the loudspeakers they would remind people to keep their mask on, because there were a few exhibitors who were not wearing their mask, but otherwise attendees, them having mask on were like strictly enforced. So besides that little hiccup, everything was like pretty cool.
Yeah, people stay safe out there. They do remind you, like, you know, it is a big gathering of people, so just wear your mask, keep vaxxed. I don't know. I'm glad that we can still have these, that people were good enough to have these events still. So shout out to like the organizers for trying to keep things as contained as possible, I guess, and the exhibitors, and I guess the attendees for at least being responsible, right? So
yeah, it was the first PAX East back from the pandemic, because I believe 2019 they literally had PAX like right as the pandemic was about to happen, like the week beforehand, and then last year was just online only. So for them having it to be like fully masked, fully vaxxed, excuse me, the year afterwards was good on their part. Hopefully next year everything is fine, that we don't need masks, because
it was hard to interview. I could see, like,
yeah, it's a little hard to interview with a mask on, but like, you know, you had to do what you had to do. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
there's that.
Yeah,
fun times, and hopefully we can all go next year.
Yeah, I agree. Do you have any more questions for Erick, Gaff, before we close out?
Nah, I'm jealous. I
always
wanted to go to a big con like PAX, or like, you know, like an E3 type of vibe. So good for you, man. And
yeah. Like,
also, did you answer your question? And did you even like walk around the city at all, or no?
No, not really. I mean, like for a little bit to like get some food, because like I said, the PAX food was expensive. But so the only reason we did it is because parking in Boston is pretty fucking annoying, because you basically have to pay so we stayed at the Aloft Hotel, which is like right across the street from the convention center, but we had to pay $28 per night for parking, and then even then, if we left the parking area, if we came back, there was probably no guarantee that we have another parking spot, so we just kept the car there and like walked around a little bit. We didn't go too far. Like we walked to get some food, but other than that, we didn't go too far.
Understandable.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to move my car.
Yeah, no. I might try to go. I don't know. It depends. Like hotel fees were a lot more expensive than I'm normally used to. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I might try and get the Westin next year because that one's directly connected to the convention center. But we gotta see how next year is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So there's that.
TBD on that. If you guys want to catch any of the content, it's all on YouTube. I'm gonna probably post some shorter stuff on TikTok as well. Keep an eye on our feed, our Twitter feed, especially for maybe a giveaway or two. Maybe we'll see what happens. But this has been X to Interact, episode 54. Thank you all for listening. I've been here with Erick and Gaff, and we'll see you all next week. Take care.